When your baby or toddler reaches the age where they can start doing a little more, things start to get really fun. But what if they still love putting everything in their mouth? This may make you a little nervous to branch out and try new activities with them. Don't worry. In today's video, I'm sharing 10 taste-safe sensory activities for babies and toddlers so that you don't have to miss out on all of the fun. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jess and I am a former early childhood teacher and toddler mom who is passionate about helping new moms navigate the world of early motherhood. On the Innovative Mama, you'll find helpful videos on the topics of pregnancy, parenting, and educational activities for little ones. So I would love for you to become a part of our mom squad by clicking that subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Now let's check out our 10 taste-safe sensory activities for babies and toddlers. Just a disclaimer, I say all these activities are taste safe, which means that these ingredients are all edible. However, you should always closely supervise your baby or toddler with any of these activities, and I wouldn't personally recommend encouraging them to directly eat them. I view these activities as great transitional options for when your baby or young toddler is moving away from putting things in their mouth, but not quite there yet. So if they grab a little taste, it's totally okay. But as always, you know your child best, so use your judgment for what you're comfortable with. Our first activity is yogurt paint. This is a great alternative to traditional finger paint, especially if baby is still putting things in their mouth. My son is 16 months old now, and he's pretty much out of this stage, but he still had so much fun playing with the yogurt paint. I just took 3 drops of different colored food coloring and added them each to a small bowl of plain yogurt and mixed them before plopping them onto my son's high chair tray. I actually told him that it was okay to try it, and he looked a little unsure at first, but he did and he loved it. He definitely loved mixing the colors and playing around with it. So this is a great activity for babies or toddlers to explore their sense of touch. If you've seen some of my other videos, then you may know that I am a huge fan of sensory bins. A lot of times the fillers that can be used in sensory bins aren't exactly edible or taste safe. So a great way to explore sensory bin play while your little one is still putting everything in their mouth is to use cereal as a filler for your bin. We just use Cheerios for this one, but you can use whatever cereal you'd like. You can throw some toys in there, shovels, scoopers, cups, whatever else you'd like, and let your little one go nuts. A little hack I love when it comes to sensory bins is to throw a plastic tablecloth under the bin to catch any of the mess, which makes for an easy cleanup. Those little rainbow water beads are such a fun sensory toy, but unfortunately, they aren't safe for little ones as they can cause complications and intestinal blockages if swallowed. Scary. An awesome substitute for these are Tapioca Pearls, which are these little edible starch balls that expand when placed in water. So it's kind of the same concept. I placed them in a bowl and covered them with water while adding a couple of drops of food coloring, and then I let them soak overnight before adding them to a sensory bin and letting Luke explore. They're definitely a different consistency and texture than regular water beads, but I'll take it for the peace of mind of a safer alternative. Oatmeal is another great sensory bin filler. You can either leave the oats whole or ground them up to act as a substitute for sand. I threw some of Luke's dinosaurs in this sensory bin with some pretend sand and some other tools, and it kept him occupied for a while. Trust me guys, sensory bins are lifesavers. Edible Kinetic sand is so fun and only uses 2 ingredients. I featured this in my DIY sensory activities for babies video, so if you haven't seen that yet, then definitely go check it out because there are so many awesome sensory activities in there that you can make right from your own home. For this recipe, I used 1 cup of baby oatmeal and 6 tablespoons of coconut oil, but feel free to play around with the measurements until you get a consistency that you like. We tried this with Luke when he was around 9 months and he really loved exploring the texture of the sand, but we haven't tried it since, so I would love to see how he does with it now that he's older. This one does get messy, so you may want to take it outside, especially if you have a baby who likes to fling things all over the place. activities. If you're getting value out of this video so far, then please give that thumbs up button a quick click and let us know in the comments which activity you are most excited to try. Cooked pasta is a great way to explore with sensory play. Spaghetti is particularly great because of its shape and its length. You can choose to dye the pasta or just leave it as is. But if you'd like to dye it, just cook the pasta until it's al dente, then drain and rinse it off. You're going to then add some food coloring and a few drops of water to a bag before adding the pasta and mixing it around. You're gonna wanna do this for each color that you want to make. Then you can rinse each color again to remove the extra dye. Definitely don't skip this step or you will have an extra mess. And then throw it in a bin and allow your child to play. Taste Safe Play-Doh is a great, fun way for your child to explore his or her senses. I have a video coming out with some different homemade edible Play-Doh recipes, but my personal favorite is this Jello Play-Doh recipe. I use this recipe with sugar-free Jello so that it wouldn't be sticky from the sugar, but it comes out so soft and smells amazing. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss my homemade Play-Doh recipe video, which will be coming out very shortly. Jello Digs are awesome for babies and toddlers. When Luke was younger, we just let him explore a tin full of Jello, which was definitely an experience in itself. Again, I recommend doing this outside as it definitely can get messy, especially if your child's on the younger side. You can also place some toys in the Jello before refrigerating it and have your child dig out the toys, which adds a whole nother element to this activity and is also great for strengthening fine motor skills as well. Slime is such a fun sensory activity, but a lot of slime recipes aren't edible. This recipe only calls for psyllium husk powder, which is an edible fiber powder, water, and food coloring. To make this edible slime, combine 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk powder with 1 cup of water and some food coloring before mixing it well until all the ingredients are dissolved. Then you want to place the bowl in the microwave and heat it on high until you start to see bubbles, which will take about 2 minutes. Continue to microwave the bubbling slime for 1 minute, then stop it and stir. After stirring, place the mixture in the microwave again for 2 more minutes. Carefully remove the bowl from the microwave and allow it to cool. At this point, the slime will still look really liquidy, but it will thicken as it cools. Once it's completely cooled, it's ready to play with. Just make sure that you check the center too before allowing your child to touch it. Similar to our yogurt paint, we have baby cereal paint, which is simply baby cereal, water, and food coloring. I mixed 1/4 cup of baby cereal and 1/2 cup of water together and then added 3 drops of food coloring. Again, you can play around with the measurements to get a consistency that you like. We did this when Luke was a baby and he absolutely loved it. I love putting these edible paints on high chair trays as a way to keep the mess contained. If you haven't seen my DIY sensory activity video for babies and toddlers, then definitely go ahead and check that out for more sensory play ideas. I will leave a link up here as well as in the description box below. If you found this video helpful, then please give that thumbs up button a click and comment below which activity you're going to try first with your little one. Don't forget to subscribe before you go so that you don't miss any fun and educational activities. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.